He is David Janusek, downtown Indiana, and he's with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Todd. We were just talking. I'm a hand washer.
Yeah.
Hand washer.
Ways to avoid the flu. Washing the hands, very important.
OCD, or I just like to be clean.
Yeah, well, that's either way, it works if you're trying to avoid the flu and all of those other things as well. I read one the other day. Carry your own pen. Don't use the community pen that you find in every office, and in this case, every studio.
And don't put money in your mouth.
I don't know. You have to have it first.
Yeah.
All right. So downtown Indiana is getting set along with everybody else around these parts for homecoming.
And we are healthy. We're trying to stay healthy. We're washing hands and all that good stuff. But yeah, homecoming's tomorrow. So tomorrow, that good old homecoming parade is going to come down Philadelphia Street between 11th and 13th at about 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. So, we're asking you, come on down, check out the parade, but check out the merchants. And while you're here, we're in the middle of the big, I want to call it almost Rocktoberfest here with the kindness rocks that we've worked with Indiana PA Rocks. Right now, there's over 200 rocks that you may have seen them. They're a little painted. One side, they have a inspirational message like wash your hands or be friendly. The other side, it has a logo on it. And when you take that logo to one of over, I think we've got 34 different participating merchants, they'll give you something. You could go into Six Hand Bakery, and for a rock, you can get fresh bread. You can go into Romeo's, you get a pizza. Go into Spaghetti Benders, get meatballs. Go into Indiana Floral and get flowers. So these are really kind of cool things. That goes through the month of October. So when you're looking up and looking at the parade, you can see the wonderful floats and units. But when you look down, you may see a brightly colored rock. Pick that rock up, take it to the merchant, and cash it in for some good prizes.
There you go.
That's going on in the middle of everything else. I want to talk about a couple other things. First, wanted to do a quick thank you. Last Saturday, we had our very popular, always popular Oktoberfest down on North 7th. And the neat thing about that is part of that Oktoberfest we did this year was Levity and Nobelstein got together and brewed a special brew called Bedford Falls Belgium Quad.
Okay.
So that'll be available. If you're a VIP ticket holder, you got a bottle of it before you left. But November 17th, we all know what that is. It's the big light-up night. From November 17th to the end of the year, that Bedford Falls Belgium Quad will be available at Josephine's, RBG, and Brunzies. So you can get a tall one of it. So it's kind of neat because it's a collaborative effort by two brewers that you would think are competitors, but they're really not. They're collaborators, and they're going to do something kind of neat for downtown Indiana.
Yeah, I like that idea. Come
on back and grab yourself a Bedford Falls Belgium Quad.
Give me a bottle of Bedford. Give me a bottle of Bedford. I think that's
You could have a bottle of Bedford, a rock, a parade, all kind of good stuff. But homecoming is coming up tomorrow. Some other things are coming, on the 28th. We're doing something different with Colonial, and you guys right here at Rendo, we're going to do the Halloween Festival.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Really kind of neat. One of the things that always amazed me about this town, just one of the small things that amazed me is, the Quines every year do the Halloween parade. They do it on the last Monday. They used to do it on the last Monday of the month, and you'd go to this thing at 5 o'clock, and there'd be like 200 kids there.
Yeah,
I mean,
crazy.
Somehow they get there at 5 p.m. on Philadelphia Street. Well, this year on the 28th, that's a Saturday, starting at 10 a.m., we're going to do that same parade, 10 a.m. down Philadelphia Street, along with prizes, food and craft vendors, a bunch of stuff for kids to do. Also, we're trying to get some of the merchants to do Halloween trick-or-treating in their stores. Mm-hmm. So a lot of cool things going on the 28th. Come on down, bring the kids. Also, I got a couple I know, Colonial and Renda has set up some really cool bands, Juke House Bombers, Told You So. Jeff Jimerson's going to wrap up the whole night. So.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, you remember Jeff Jimerson being here with the B.E. Taylor Christmas concert. He's the guy that always sang Light of the Stables, and he's the guy who performs the national anthem before the Penguins games.
He is, and you'll still be able to find rocks.
There you go.
So,
there
2 days
will still
left
be rocks.
Redeem those rocks. So there'll be a Halloween parade. There's a lot of parades going. A lot of parades here in the downtown. And the last thing I really want, well, I guess not really the last thing. It's never a last thing with me, I guess. But I want to talk about our wine walk, which is very, very popular. It comes up in November. So November 3rd, 5:30 to 9 o'clock. Registration at 5 p.m. at the Coney. Tickets are only $25. We've got now 14 local Pennsylvania wineries and retailers. So you come down, you get your ticket, you walk through the stores, get a little bit of wine, check out some of the items that are there, that the retailers have to offer. It's always a great event. So it's tickets are available on showclicks.com. That's SHOWCLIX, one word.com. 700 Shop always is selling up some tickets. We'll be selling them. Also, the stops, you can buy them at any of the stops. I'm going to go through them real quick at this point. The Finery, 700 Shop, Michael P. Shoes, Claire Kate, Artist Hand, Book Nook, Lucy Ray, Plainful, Funky Brunch, Food Co-op, Bella Ragazzi, and Chateau Christine, and we're still adding them.
Wow.
So you can buy tickets anywhere. So you got all this great things for kids to do, for adults to do, for in-betweens to do, for the rest of this month. And you got to keep asking, how do we do this? How do we make this possible?
How do you do that, Dave?
How do we do this? This is how we do it. I'm going to tell you. Got a couple of minutes here. So we do it through volunteers. We do it now. We're becoming more of a membership-driven organization and sponsorship-driven. So any of these events, sponsorships are still available. Memberships, we're coming out with some new membership levels as far as residential, nonprofit, and business. And when you look at this, what does that mean if you're going to be a member or a sponsor? Last year, we calculated downtown Indiana, just the organization brought in probably over 15,000 people to the downtown area. So you look at, where does my logo get? That gets in front of those 15,000, let alone outside on our website or Facebook right now. With the rock thing, people say, well, we made some rocks, and what did that get us? Well, every time someone brought in a rock, or is still bringing in rocks during the Indiana PA Rocks Downtown Indiana scavenger hunt, you get posted on our Facebook page, which is over 3,500 followers, and you get posted on the PA Rocks Facebook page, which is over 4,100 followers. So you're getting about an 8,000 imprints just by bringing in a rock. So this is all some really high promotional value, as well as keeping the downtown things going on. I mean, just think about it for a minute. How boring would downtown be if things weren't going on? It would just be you here on the corner, Todd.
That's not boring, Dave.
Well, you'd have to work harder. Is what I meant.
Okay, I get it.
Never boring.
I get it. Something else big coming up, of course, is the It's a Wonderful Life Festival.
Oh, yes. It's a Wonderful Life Festival. One of the things we added, this is kind of neat this year, we're bringing back, I guess, at one point, an old tradition. We're working with IUP, interior design and fashion merchandising. We are going to have 10 particular windows, 10 to 14, depending on how many retailers come on board, where we're going to do an old-fashioned window decorating type window dressing contest. But the neat thing is that we will pair students, that this is going to be their career, with a retailer. So it's kind of like a client-vendor relationship. So you'll be able to walk starting November 17th through the downtown, look at the windows, vote on the windows for $1 a piece. All that money will go back to help keep downtown Indiana doing some of the events, along with the parade. We're already meeting. We're already got people interested in the parade. We're looking. We're going to get that big tree again. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to go out and pick one and get one donated once again for the tree, the booths. I mean, it's all coming back. So again, last year we saw 9,500 people. And you got to realize those weren't all just 157s. Those were from out the entire region.
Sure.
So we're getting amped up for that. Working again with the Lucy Donnelly Memorial Fund, along with all of our different partners, the Tourist Bureau, the Chamber, to really make it a showcase for Indiana, PA, and Indiana County. So you'll be hearing more and more, obviously, about that as we start to ramp up. The big thing, you're right, is that first night, the big parade, which we promised to be bigger and better than last year.
Wow.
So we're already getting a lot of people interested, units, and any of that. If you want to get involved in that, also we're looking for volunteers. 724-463-6110. Give us a call. We'd be more than happy to get you involved. The parade is free. All you have to do is put together a unit, fill out a form, follow some really small, low end. I wouldn't say restrictions, but some low-end rules and regulations. One of the big regulations is always, and I'll say this, if any kids are listening, hold your ears, only one Santa Claus. So only the real Santa Claus at the end gets to come on the fire truck, so no floats or units are allowed to have one of those imposter Santa Clauses.
Yeah, there you go. They're going to get Santa's helpers, but not
Santa's helpers, but only one real Santa.
All right,
comes to Indiana.
That's all a big part of it, and that's, believe it or not, next month.
yeah, I know. It's like 6 weeks away.
It's craziness.
6 weeks away. Tom.
Absolute craziness. All right, David, that's a lot for people to chew on here today.
Yeah, so
we appreciate your
trying
visit.
to whet the appetite, Todd.
It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. It's WCCS AM 1160 and FM 101.1.